Welcome back, everybody. We're in the Silent Hill Ascension post-show. The last time I guess we have one of these, Layla, before it is, quite literally post-show. Now, very briefly, because we're going to definitely dive into those Astrid scenes, we saw the decision with Rachel and Joy kind of come to its conclusion there.
Yeah, and Joy did not take super kindly to what Rachel had to say, right? You're still lying to me, is what she said. Man, if we're to believe Joy, she did like a not manslaughter, right? Not like, oh, we didn't get to my cuts in time and I bled out on the carpet, like a full, like a choke. We did like a murder. So much to think about, much to process.
Yes, but we'll let the audience stew on that. We don't have to explain anything for them now. No, jokes aside, we really should have the video that premieres today, have production put that up in our background, because there's a lot of death, murder, other things that are dark in Silent Hill Ascension. That makes sense. But there's no one I would classify truly as a villain, with the exception of Ingrid, because, dear Lord, like, she is something else.
Yeah, even in death, right? She still very much haunts the Johansson family, and that unsettling. What is she chopping? What is Chef Ingrid chopping? That is unsettling to know that woman is standing there holding a knife and knows how to use it. Right? It's not that she's just there standing and holding a knife and like clumsily Kendall and or Kylie Jenner chopping a cucumber. I forget which one of them was bad at the cucumber thing. But very much like chefing it up over there, Iron Chef Ingrid. I would be unsettled. I would think she could throw that thing at me at any second. And that's even before all the things that she says with her mouth, which were worse.
Yeah, no, because Astrid's asking about Orson, and she's like, oh, this is way worse. One of the lines I remember from her is, "Vermin poisoned you against me." No. Ingrid, you covered the poisoning. I don't think you needed external help. You did a good job on your own.
Yeah, she really, really doubled down on the attitude, right? There's no point in which Ingrid stops to self-reflect and goes, maybe I'm being a little harsh on my daughters. Maybe there's something to correct. No, it's that they're weak and they suck and everything is their fault and they're ungrateful. And on one hand, I appreciate the commitment. On the other hand, her commitment to the bit did get a bunch of people killed. So,
yeah, no, we talked about it a lot. Like, a lot of the audience members were happy that Astrid got to push back against her. Like, they're wondering why she was dust. Like, this is not an easy situation to deal with for Astrid. As far like, she had to deal essentially with that, growing up with Ingrid, having her sister suffer under her, and seeing it. Oh, by the way, I love this where like she says like Orson has to start being violent too. And Orson's like, blood, but I just washed my hands. He's like a kid, right? He's like, no, I don't want blood on my hands. Just wash them. Come on. I feel you, Orson. Like,
if you're that short, it's a lot of work to get up there, wash your hands. There's a whole stool and process involved. So I do.
Yeah, blood is sticky. It's hard to get off. Like, I get Orson. Like, you know what? I'm on Orson's side on this one. Chopper's got it right.
Chopper's got it right. Blood is sticky and stinky and gross. That's hard to get off. You got to get a stool, and then you get it. And then when you're trying to wash it off, you get it all over the place because you're touching things while you're bleeding. It's. I've had a lot of X-Acto knife accidents in my crafting days. So this is all from experience.
Yeah, we should definitely talk about the shovel after, but right now we're going to have the decision opening today. It's Astrid's final fate decision. I hope I didn't spoil it for anybody. I think it was kind of obvious that was coming either today or tomorrow, given the timelines involved. But that's going to be up on screen from production. Layla, let's walk through Astrid's final fate.
What will Astrid do about the townspeople demanding Orson? This is the final fate. A, have Orson attack them. B, flee with Orson. Or C, defend Orson from the townsfolk. It's up to you, audience. Here we go. Which I have a feeling. Can I speculate a little bit on our audience here? Given that the flee with Orson option doesn't specify flee with Orson and also my new wife, I think that one maybe probably has a low probability of winning.
If it was like Flee with Orson and Detective Hagen, I don't think there would be anything you or me could do to stop that being the winning decision.
I think the audience would want that so hard they would will that family into our flesh world and then take them off to Bergen. I think that's what would happen.
I already know the first fanfic that'll be written. It'll be one of this Final Fate decision written with and Olivia on one of them. And easy done, easy work.
No. That's in the description. The title has to be the lyrics from a pop punk song or like an indie song that only a very select subset of people have heard, all in lowercase.
All in lowercase. Okay, yeah. Sorry, I don't have that attention to detail. So, that's why you're the expert here, Layla. You let us know what's up, and you're gonna let us know what's up with the Norway story. We had it, but we're gonna talk about the shovel. So, let's just go through the stuff because we want to talk about that shovel very clearly.
Listen, there's a shovel somewhere in that kitchen, and Ingrid found it. But we got the slide up for Norway. Let's go through it. Astrid and Rachel meet again in the other world, where Zane talks to them about their chillin'. Astrid faces down hostile townspeople who demand she give them Orson, and then Astrid decides what to say to Detective Haugen about the future of their relationship. Is the future separation? Likely not. Likely not, Lions. You could still surprise me, but I don't think so. And now we've seen Astrid obviously start to face down the specter of her mother, in which there is a shovel.
Yeah, and we learn more about Eva as well.
Yes.
To be fair, as people said, wow, yeah, graveyard backyard graveyard. Not something that most people put into their homes. I don't think it's good for property values, so to speak. Maybe not, renters associations might frown upon that kind of activity. But it's a farm, there's space, the goats need food. So, no, kidding aside, that was definitely a really dark scene.
It was super dark. You did remind me of that. Well, I live near a graveyard, which is not uncommon. The town I live in is mostly graveyards, and my neighborhood is actively haunted. I don't know if I ever told you.
Is it also foggy where you live by any chance?
It is super foggy, and I've seen a ghost. So property values are still escalating. So I don't know. I think the Johansson farm is fine in the year of our Lord, whenever this takes place in. But yeah, man, we're back to Ava, and in quite a dark way, finding out we knew she was gone for 15 years. We didn't know she was gone and chilling. Someone in the chat pointed out that spot where she's buried is where her and Carl met up one of the first times too. So quite the ghost zone.
Yeah, no, when Eva's talking about what Ingrid did to her is pretty brutal, honestly.
Well, we don't know. We don't quite know what, we know about the abuse in life, right? Getting hit so hard you can't see out of one eye. But what we don't know is how that story came to a bitter end. Well,
we got some days.
Yeah. Jay says, great. Now we're gonna get goat ghosts. I would love a goat ghost. I think that would be fun, honestly. I think if I was presented with the smorgasbord of specters and we've seen so far, which is like abusive moms and dead sisters and such, I think a goat would be like a nice, fresh, release from all that.
Yeah, but let's go to a place where there definitely are no goats, either animal or the second kind. Pennsylvania, in our story, I'm sure.
Oh, you don't know Pennsylvania all that well if you think there's no goats down there. It's all goats, baby. Oh, all right. In Pennsylvania, Rachel is visited by one of Faith's followers who reveals an alternative to Ascension. Rachel learns that the Heralds could have been right about everything and goes to the Foundation searching for Krista, but encounters someone she wasn't expecting.
Ooh. No, seriously. Joy has not been really joyful, whether with her brother or, you know what? Actually, I agree with the take with Rachel, right? With her brother, she could have been a bit more gentle about the whole thing. Toby didn't deserve that kind of abuse. Rachel, different context, I would say, given what happened.
Yeah, Rachel could take a couple of verbal slings, I think, all things considered. Her reaction to the steel mill accident was to join and proliferate the mission of a cult. So I too would be mad. If my willpower could haunt somebody who killed me, I would also be mean to them.
Yeah, no, that's totally fair. No, it's fair. Honestly, I don't think we have more to say. The big thing with Rachel, right, is obviously we had a huge reveal scene with Astrid today, but Rachel still has it's kind of like a mystery, right? She has to figure out which dark ritual in these pages to go for. And that's not an easy choice, because if she gets it wrong, probably very long lasting consequences.
What about a light ritual? Have we considered a chill ritual, like a cool ritual, like a vibes ritual? Why is it rituals always gotta be dark? Maybe Pennsylvania could benefit from a relaxation ritual, a self-care ritual,
Yeah, they had the wrong people for that. That's the problem.
Should have got me. Should have hired me. I would have started a much cooler cult.
Yeah, and you get to benefit from that brownstone. What's not to love?
What's not to love?
Yeah. Well, that Rachel has to make that choice. The audience makes that choice. They always make those decisions, right, wrong, or very right. But it doesn't matter. It's decisions by the audience. They're always right. We're going to have production put that up on screen, the ones from last week. Very much redemption, but again, they were hidden. You just found the redemption option. Those are up on screen. Layla.
My little redemption bloodhounds. What will Eric do about Rachel's plan? Y'all said warm the victims. 'Twas redemption. How will Astrid explain Brit's fate to Nils? I failed my sister. Redemption. And then how will Rachel react to Krista's olive branch? Bury that hatchet. And that was what? A redemption.
Yeah, the hatchet's gone. It's actually on the floor.
Buried.
I couldn't bury it properly. It just dropped. Different type. But one thing, and I guess here, right, there were 4 decisions last week, and the last one was how will Astrid reply to the stranger, and we will work towards earning that privilege. Was by far and away the winner. Wasn't close. I think it was 66%. It was a huge amount. Because I think one of the things here about these decisions from last week is kind of putting the curtain on 2 important characters, right? Eric and on Brit, right? And it's kind of in a way the audience, you chose Final Fate, you chose for Eric to kind of do one last small heroic thing in a life that has had very barely anything of any heroics, except when it came to the daughter. Brit, honestly, I think was I look at the decisions that the audience make, and it was the one character that coercively, no matter what, the audience was always on the side of. Out of any character, there was Brit just started here, and everybody wanted to keep her here. Even people were yeah, I want to see Rachel die in this situation, etc. No, Brit never.
Yeah, no, you're completely correct. Brit was the star and the favorite straight away. And then Pennsylvania was funny because I feel like Norway really captivated y'all's hearts and attentions very quickly, right? We saw a lot of sympathy for Carl. We saw some sympathy for Brit, for Astrid, for not Nils, but Nils. That wasn't for any reason other than Nils is a podcaster. And listen, as a podcaster, I get it. And then in Pennsylvania, I feel like there was more of a journey because at first we didn't like Rachel, but we liked Eric. And then at some point, the wires kind of crossed, and then people liked Rachel that didn't like Eric. And then we saw Eric meet a pretty unfortunate end. So very interesting to watch those dynamics kind of fluctuate over here stateside.
That's actually true. The Morgie might have saved Rachel. That because after all, they were more sympathetic to Rachel post-Morgie. So if you didn't like Rachel. Anyways, that's to decide. We had a decision, of course, opening today because we got to talk about that shovel again. This is coming back. Let's read it one last time because it's Astrid's final fate.
What will Astrid do about the townspeople demanding Orson? This is a final fate. She'll have Orson attack them. A hysterical visual. Flee with Orson and then defend Orson from the townsfolk. Is that with words? Is that with violence? Who's to say?
So if Orson attacks them, do you think it's with the immolator or chompers? Like which one? Both?
No,
maybe?
I want teeth. I want teeth. I want that. I want bites. I want him to go like those snarlers went. I want 3 days of Turbo being chomped on by Orson.
No, that's totally fair. Like, just, yeah, why not? Let's just have some fun with that. It's just like, yeah, people comparing Orson to the chain chomper Martha.
I know, it's good. It's good.
It's a good combination after all. Like, basically unleash him on the. No, but like, you know, it's a decision that comes in every mother's life. Do you let your child bite others unimpeded, or do you kind of tell them, look, here's an apple?
Yeah, maybe one of those chew toys that I have to use for my Invisalign. That's what they make you do. But Eduardo, I think we have something coming up, a very special.
Yeah, let's do that. So, so for the audience, for everything that revolves around the story, we'll do a recap after this. But essentially, as you know, the canon run is coming on Wednesday, but that's not the end of our time together. So we're going to talk about the what if show. So we had a lot with Jacob coming up. The slide's going to come up. Layla, you'll read that, and I'm going to give you a lot of details. So strap in. If you have a drink, enjoy it.
So the What If show starts on Monday, the 29th of April at our usual time at 5:40 p.m. Pacific time. There will be a video premiere each Monday, and decisions will renew each week. And a little secret, audience, the 29th may or may not be my last show. So a link, you'll find out more about that on Wednesday. Eduardo, take it away.
Yes. If that wasn't enough reason to come on the 29th, you definitely should. Yeah, no, we're seeing the goodbyes as well from the audience. So I want to give you some time, Layla, there, but yes, please, audience, come on. You won't want to miss that moment. Now, let's go into what if is. Jacob has come on a few times and explained it. The main thing, right, is the what if show is essentially the show. We're going to be on. We're going to show the scenes. We're premiering the scenes. So the thing is, like, you do get to see the scenes later. But on Mondays, what you get is to hang out with your lovely hosts. You get to hang out essentially as well with the rest of you, because I'm sure, we'll treat it as a book club, right? It's like, or a watch party. We're all together each Monday. We're gonna have a lovely time together. So do come to that. But if you can't make it on a Monday, you'll get to see those scenes. Now, so now I had to prepare like a recorded message and all that. So I have this huge script. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through some of these highlights for you, the audience, so that, we kind of go through this. So essentially, you all did Silent Hill Ascension. Like, you, the audience, made the thing. Like, we're finishing on the canon run on Wednesday, but you created the story fundamentally. When we do What If, that storyline is done. What we do in What If, essentially, is that we're going to give you a glimpse of the scenes that didn't get a chance to air, give you a fuller view of how the story has gone. But really, this is similar to DVD extras. And I know because of our age rating that most of you do actually know what that is, which is something tragic that I have to specify at all. That's some people might start not to know what that a DVD extra is. But essentially, again, bonus scenes. The story and the canon are locked, so it's not a story reset, but, we did so many video scenes, and we'd love for you to see them, and you do deserve a little treat for being with us. Now, Fate and Hope, they won't be in effect during What If. What we're going to do is we're going to give you the alternative takes without them being needed. What we're going to do, again, low hope, we're going to show you the high hope outcome, vice versa. The Fate outcomes will be like based on the most points. It'll be on a per decision basis, essentially. What's going to happen is you're going to see in these alternative outcomes, well, most options are at free, right? So you'll get the choice between two. For the ones with, now you'll see the decisions that had a binary choice left with one. The reason those are up is that we want to use this as an opportunity for you to get those moments for the choices you might have missed. So as long as you put the minimum amount of influence points in any decision, you get the moment. So if you see one with just one choice, it's there for exactly that reason. It's for you to just put, whatever the minimum is and collect that moment if you haven't had a chance to. What we'll do for the week is essentially we're going to make them available for a full week. So Canon Run ends on Wednesday. Right after that, you're going to get the what if decisions for that week. And then after that, it'll refresh every Sunday. So we'll do it in a batch. It won't be a daily thing. You'll kind of get it for the week. Here's the stuff. And what we do on Mondays is we're premiere. So again, they'll be with us. And then the playlist of winning extra scenes will be made available right after. So now the detailed side, the Canon Run is going to do things. So you're all here. I don't have to do a spoiler alert. Rachel loses her eye. Rachel will always have lost her eye, even in What If, but the scene where she loses her eye will be a different thing. So you'll see either, I believe it's Burn the Book or Eric losing the eye. So you'll see one of those two. But later on, Rachel will have lost her eye. So don't worry, fans of Rayclops, you're well served. But the idea, again, is, that's part of the canon. So that's essentially, again, what is meant with extra scenes compared to resetting the story. Another thing, Carl and Eva, right? Carl takes the gun while in this alternative ending, but we will refer to Carl giving her the gun. After all, he always gives her the gun. Okay, and then some details for all of you, because I know some of you are very detailed oriented, will want this. So decision point totals will come back as they were. They won't be reset. So if an option had 5 million influence points, the other one had 3 million, you'll start at that rather than 0. Puzzles. Jacob talked about this a lot. They'll be made available daily. You'll get a back catalog. If you enjoyed them, you'll get to enjoy a lot more of them. Just hope won't be affected, of course. Cameos will be as is, but we won't see the Endure cameos because there were no Endure streams. But if you'll get to see our audience members die yet again, over and over again, which is always fun for us. And last detail, the leaderboard will not change during What If. So if you're at the top, congrats, King, Queen, or non-binary. What would be a good alternative, Layla, for
just Monarch. Congrats, Monarchs.
Monarch's good. Excellent. You'll be left as Monarch. Finally, out of all this, honestly, and this is from the team, we really enjoyed making these extra scenes. It was important to us to make it so that you got to see the story as you decided. And we hope that you enjoyed getting access to those additional scenes that didn't get to air, essentially. And then you get that deeper insight into the story of Silent Hill Ascension. So the thing is, though, that story that you made, that we all made together during the live run, that one is written by you. That's the one that you're going to live with forevermore. All right. Well, that's the end of my script. No, but I'll honestly enjoy watching with you, the audience, hanging out on Mondays. So it'll be a good time. Do come on. There might be another host. We'll see how things hash out. But you'll get to hang out with us and do that regularly on Monday. You'll get to hang out with, the other people who are here and get to see some bonus scenes. So grand old time.
Absolutely. Thank you for that breakdown of What If, Eduardo. I want to give a huge special kudos shout to our cinematics team. I will do a more detailed one when they're actually watching this Wednesday. But truly, our teams are incredible. They've been a joy to work with as a producer, and I'm super happy to have done that. Eduardo, we are coming to the end of our show. There was some speculation in the chat as to what my brooch is. I'd like to solve that mystery for you all, chat. I don't know if you can see. It is a little hamster hanging on a branch of blackberries. It's very cute. Unfortunately, I do not have an Ascension pin, but if you tweet at Jacob enough, maybe don't do that. That's all jokes. But hey, we are coming up on some final fates. We are coming up towards the end of the canon run of Silent Hill Ascension. Eduardo, it has been what a 6 months it has been. Thank you, audience, very much. We will see you all once again on Wednesday, so don't you worry. But for now, production, if you wouldn't mind, for the run of show one more time. 5:40 p.m. Pacific, that's when the pre-show starts next week. You don't want to miss it. 6 o'clock Pacific is when Ascension starts today, tomorrow, and Wednesday is the canon run. And then you will come right back to us for the post show. It'll be a thrill and a jam and a very good time. So please come hang out with us. We've loved having you and we've loved being here. So with that said, Eduardo, any final thoughts?
Well, I'll do the classic sign off, as a throwback. I guess I could keep that for the last show. I think I'll keep that a nice little throwback close for the last show for all of you. But Layla and myself will be back. We'll try to also sneak somebody extra on board. We're going to have a great time.
I love that you're thinking this on it. Manifesting this while we're live.
Yes. But no, honestly, audience, you won't want to miss Wednesday. We'll have some scenes tomorrow as usual, 6 p.m. Pacific. Wednesday is going to be end of the canon run. You don't want to miss it. We didn't change the time for you, so it's 5:40 p.m. Pacific. I know that if you live in certain parts of the world, that's a rough time for a lot of you. But the fact that you're up at that time and watching live is honestly incredible. And we're looking forward to your company wherever you are around the world. Honestly, it's been a delight being with you all these evenings. So please do look forward to kind of how the story comes to its conclusion here. For tonight, I was with Layla. You are the lovely audience. Rest well. Take care. We'll see you for our grand show on Wednesday. Bye.